in for another Bible study reading of Proverbs. Today is June 22nd. So, of course, we are reading Proverbs 22. If this is your first time and you're catching this recording of the reading of Proverbs, welcome in. My name is Barbara. I am Barbara, Bible with Barbara from TikTok and Facebook. And I come over here daily to read the Proverbs. We read the date along with the book of Proverbs. So whatever date we're on, as far as June 22nd, which is today, that means we're going to be tackling Proverbs 22 today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I know that I'm posting this recording a little bit late. Hey, sweetie, what's up, Trinity? What's up, Mama? But today we're getting into Proverbs 22. I hope you're well. And today we're going to be talking about the benefits of having a good reputation. That's what Proverbs 22 is about. We're going to get right into it. Let's get started. Let me just share with you guys which version I'm reading today. Reading the Spiritual Growth Bible. It's a it's the NLT version. I'm sorry, it's the NLT, the Spiritual Growth Bible. And so let's jump right into it, and then we'll go over the verse of today. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. And right away, we chose that as the Proverbs verse of today by way of the title of this particular video. Verse 2, rich and poor have this in common. The Lord is the maker of them all. I'm doing well, had to evacuate the mall. It caught on what? And I mean, literally went up in flames, but I'm good. Thank God that you're okay. How did that happen? Do they know how it went up in flames? In Carolina, right? Oh God, thank God that you're safe. Was it a restaurant or something? Let me know. Verse 3, the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Humility is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life. Verse 5, in the path of the wicked are snares and pitfalls. So if you in darkness, you in evil, it is a trap for you. It is a snare for you. It's the ultimate purpose and objective of the evil one to get you to fall, to stumble, right? To get you to fail, to get you caught up. But those who would preserve their lives, stay safe from them. Yes, it was the restaurant that caught on fire. Then the fire had started to spread to where we were. Oh my God. Thank God y'all got out of there. Was everybody able to get evacuated safely? That's scary, Trinity. That's really scary. I was caught up in the mall down here in Florida when there was a shooting and everybody was going crazy. It was horrifying to be there. People was running into restaurants and actually hiding under the tables, and just people were scared for their life. So that's a scary place to be in. Just thank God that you're okay. Verse 6, start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. And this is so true that I know of. Everyone made it out. Thank God. Y'all, verse 6 is really true, because if you start your children off in church and it's just like anything, even if we don't just completely tie this to church, right? Let's just say anything in life. If you teach your children the right way, right? If you raise them up with the right morals and right values and the right characters, for the most part, even if they turn away from it, they eventually will go back to what they were taught. So we don't have to just tie that to just going to the gatherings and being amongst other believers. We can tie that to anything in life for the most part. And we know that nothing will always apply to all people. But for the most part, when you instill good values and good morals, when you raise your children to be good people as children, even if they stray away, they will come back. And Proverbs is backing that up. It's saying if you start children off in the way that they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. They will eventually get back. Hey, RJ, thank you for joining in. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. Facts. Facts. You got any debt? If you got any debt, right? And I know I got me some. So Proverbs is telling us that the rich rules over you. The rich, but the borrower, you are a slave to the lender. So that's why it's important for us to pay off our debt and get our finances together, right? Work on our financial. I just learned something in my ripe age on yesterday about financial literacy. So it's important for us to get to a point where we are not a slave to the lender, because the Bible declares that as children of God, we are the lenders and not the borrowers. We shall lend to many nations, but borrow from none. Ooh, we got to begin to walk in that. We are the lenders. We should be lending and not borrowing. So Proverbs 22:7 is really good, right? Talks about financial, come to get us together about our finances and being better stewards over the things that God has blessed us with. Amen. Glory be to God. Verse 8, whoever sows injustice reaps calamity, and the rod they wield in fury will be broken. Your consequences will be that. Your consequences to your actions. Verse 9, the generous will themselves be blessed, for they share their food with the poor. We're just called as children, as disciples, as people of God. Just somebody who has a caring and a loving heart to help the poor. What does the poor look like to you? It may not look like the person on the side of the street, right? A lot of us get to say, we are blessed to say, okay, I don't really see poor people on the side of my streets. But guess what? There are poor people in your family. Sometimes helping the poor simply means praying for somebody. Helping the poor simply means giving somebody some good advice, some words of encouragement. Right? Because they may not be poor in finances, right? We are always quick and inclined to think that poor means monetary. Sometimes people are poor in spirit. They are poor in health. They need to be encouraged. Some people need a hug. Help the poor. Poor doesn't necessarily always mean that you're poor with finances. And so it says that you share your food and you help the poor. Verse 10, drive out the mocker and out goes strife. Quarrels and insults are ended. Verse 11, one who loves a pure heart and who speaks with grace will have the king for a friend. The eyes of the Lord keep watch over knowledge, but he frustrates the words of the unfaithful. The sluggard says, there's a lion outside. I'll be killed if I go into the public square. Because the sluggard doesn't want to work. The sluggard really doesn't want to do anything. The Bible keeps telling us here in Proverbs, as we read it every day, you don't work, you don't eat. And I think I done switched over to a different version. Let's go back to the NLT. Let's see where we're at. Verse 11. Whoever loves a pure heart and gracious speech will have the king as a friend. The Lord preserves those with knowledge, but he ruins the plans of the treacherous. Okay, so the lying person claims there's a lion out there. If I go outside, I might be killed. That's where we were. Verse 14, the mouth of an immoral woman is a dangerous trap. Ooh. And those who make the Lord angry will fall into it. A youngster's heart is filled with foolishness, but physical discipline will drive it far away. Y'all get that? A youngster's heart is filled with foolishness, but physical discipline will drive it far away. So for those of y'all who don't think that physical discipline is needed, verse 15 comes to tell you that discipline will drive it away. 22:15. I'm going to read it in a different version, which is what I'm doing. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline will drive it away. Don't spare the rod. Let's get back to the NLT version. Verse 16. A person who gets ahead by oppressing the poor or by showering gifts on the rich will end in poverty. This is really good, y'all. Listen to the words of the wise and apply your heart to my instructions. For it is good to keep these sayings in your heart and always ready on your lips. I'm teaching you today, yes, you, so that you will trust in the Lord. I have written 30 sayings for you. filled with advice and knowledge. In this way, you may know the truth and take an accurate report to those who sent you. Don't rob the poor just because you can, or exploit the needy in court. For the Lord is their defender, and he will ruin anyone who ruins them. Don't befriend angry people or associate with hot-tempered people, or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. Ooh, can I read that again? Those two verses, that's verse 24 and 25. It says, don't befriend angry people, or don't even associate it with hot-tempered people. So it said, don't even associate with people who don't have any self-control, basically. Hot-tempered, angry people. Proverbs is saying, don't befriend them and don't associate with them, or you will learn to be like them. You will eventually become like them. It will endanger your soul, because they say birds of a feather flock together. Right? Verse 26, don't agree to guarantee another person's debt or put up security for someone else. If you can't pay it, even your bed will be snatched from under you. Don't cheat your neighbor by moving the ancient boundary markers set up by previous generations. Do you see any truly competent workers? They will serve kings rather than working for ordinary people. Proverbs 22 was really short and good today. And so, y'all, I titled this video, The Benefits of Maintaining a Good Reputation, because that's what Proverbs 22 is mainly about. It's about making wise and good decisions about your finances and even your company, right? Because all of that is going to speak for you and speak about you. They say your reputation supersedes you. It don't follow you. It beats you around the corner. Right? You ever went somewhere, you ever heard people saying, oh, I heard about you, or they talked about you, right? Oh, they say good things about you. Well, it applies on the other side of it as well. When there are bad things about you, when your character is negative, when you're one who keeps up quarrel, when you're one who don't pay back what you owe, when you're one that's quick-tempered and angry, that reputation, it also beats you around the corner as well. And so it's not just a good person with a good reputation. If you're a bad person with a bad reputation, that reputation has beat you around the corner. People has heard about you before you get there. And so today's proverb is saying it's really good for us to maintain a good reputation. It says, what a good commentary says, what sorrows await you? Those who are praised by crowds because of your good reputation, because you're a good person with a good heart, with good intentions, right? The book of Proverbs today is telling us, have a good reputation. People treat you differently. You're trusted. Choose to have a good reputation over riches, which is our verse of today, verse 22 and 1. Choose a good reputation over riches. There's a sobering challenge to people who sacrifice their character and reputation for money. I'm going to say that again. Proverbs 22 was screaming to us and saying to us, there's a sobering challenge to people who sacrifice their character and their reputation for money. The integrity of godly wisdom in which men and women of God, it helps us to walk securely. Y'all, today's Proverbs was really short. It was really good. It talked about maintaining a good character. Walk in it, because your reputation beats you around the corner. Y'all, this is Proverbs 22. We are done. It was quick and easy today. I'll see y'all back again tomorrow for Proverbs 23. Again, if this was your first time walking up and coming up or hearing the reading of Proverbs 22, I show up here every day. We read the Proverbs, because I go over on TikTok and we go over the Proverbs verse of today. I come here and read the entire chapter live, and I record it so that you can come back and read along with me throughout the day whenever you get a chance. We do commentary and we just expound on that Proverbs of today. So if you
are here and you enjoy reading Proverbs, you enjoy just having Bible study, go ahead and follow, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I do go over the reading of the Proverbs, because I don't do it at the same time every day. It's done at various times, early in the morning, in the midday, early in the late night. So go ahead, follow, hit the notification bell, and join me as we go through the book of Proverbs together, to gain wisdom and knowledge so that we can turn from our foolish ways of living. Bye, you guys. See you tomorrow.